Welcome back. We hope that you had a wonderful week. My name is Bronwyn. We are the Impromptu Immigrants. And this week, it snowed. Well, it kind of snowed. I'll show you. What do you have to say for yourself? He got hold of a toilet roll. And it has snowed. Oh, what are we going to do for you? Do with you. Oh my gosh. So if anybody would like a German short-haired pointer, there will be one sitting outside my front door in the next 5 minutes. Say hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Come here. Come, Blue. Come inside. Let's go. Come. Not exploring the house now. No, you've already caused enough destruction. Come on. Oh my gosh. All right. And so are the days of our lives. Right, so today is Saturday and the video is supposed to be out already, but it isn't because I've waited for the weekend, and today is the 24th of September, which marks our 3-year anniversary of arriving in Ireland, and I'd love to do a Q&A. My only problem is I want to get James, I'm whispering because I don't want him to hear me, I want to get James in the video too, but he loathes, for the lack of a better word, being on camera, and to try and get him in is going to take some fair load of convincing. So I'll see what I can do. Otherwise it'll just be me answering our most asked questions. So wish me luck. Let's see if I can get James to join me this week in the video. Right, this is the face of defeat. James wasn't keen, but that's okay. Well, he'll warm up. He'll warm up to the camera, which is fine. And I'll just go ahead and answer the questions that we get the most. I do try and make an effort and answer all the comments that get posted on our videos, but these are the reoccurring questions that we get, so I'll answer them one by one for you. So why did we come to Ireland? Why did we choose Ireland? Basically, what happened was we knew we wanted to leave South Africa, and we looked at different countries. The 3 countries we looked at were Ireland, the UK, and Australia. Now, the UK was the most promising because James has a British passport. But if we went there, I would have to come over with the kids on a spousal visa. And in order to do that, there was a lot of criteria that we needed. And James would have had to have had a permanent job and be earning a certain amount of money for a full year before we could join him. And that just really wasn't an option. We couldn't all be separated for over a year, and it was very expensive. The visa costs per visa were astronomical. So at the end of the day, we didn't have a lot of savings to put towards this. So we needed to find a better option, and Ireland presented itself, and this was before Brexit now, and we decided on Ireland because we could come through on an EU FAM visa, which meant we could all come together, and because of the Freedom of Movement Treaty, we were allowed to come in and live and work and basically just integrate ourselves into Irish life. And it's just been so easy. I mean, the admin part of it, not easy. We had to fill in a good amount of paperwork in order to get our visas once we were here. But the whole process was so smooth, and we just know that it was the right decision, and we are just so happy here. And we've now been here 3 years, so in 2 more years we'll be able to naturalize and get Irish passports, which is an answer to another question. Do we have Irish passports? We do not. I have a South African passport, and yes, so once we can naturalize, we'll be able to apply for our Irish passports, and then really the world is our oyster. The Irish passport is so strong. And with a South African passport, we have to get visas to just about every country. Even now, when we want to travel Europe, we have to get Schengen visas, which is such a pain. When Josh had to go to Switzerland, he had to get a Schengen visa. And now he has a school trip up to Northern Ireland, and it was just for a day, and we have to apply for a British visitor's visa just for the day. So it'll be so great to finally get Irish passports in 2.5 years' time. So following on from that, do we have any plans to visit Northern Ireland? Absolutely. I can't wait to get up there. I want to go to the Giant's Causeway. There's so many castles I want to see. I want to go to Belfast. I want to see the Titanic Museum. But we'll need to get a UK visa to get in. James will be fine, obviously, and Evelyn will be fine, but because she was born here, she has an Irish passport. But myself and the 2 boys, we will need to get a UK visa just to enter Northern Ireland, even if it's just for the day. So we definitely have plans to visit. It's just that we'll need visas to enter. Now, I've been asked a question about how the creepy crawlies here compare to the creepy crawlies back in South Africa. Now, in South Africa, we have a wide range of very venomous snakes, equally venomous spiders, there's scorpions, there's all sorts of nasty things you don't want to be stepping on. Here, there are loads of spiders. I've noticed that there are a lot more spiders here than in South Africa. I don't know why it stands out more here or why there are more here, but just about every corner of the house has a cobweb if you don't be dusting every single week. But yeah, so a lot more spiders here that I've noticed, but not so many venomous ones. In South Africa, if you're taking a hike or something, you really have to be careful about where you put your feet, because you could be stepping on a slithery creature that's been lying in the sun. So at least here, when you go for a walk, you don't have to worry about stepping on a snake. It's more just the unsightly cobwebs in the corner of your house. So I think Ireland wins out on that one. Another question we've been asked is, are there lots of South Africans in Ireland? Yes, there are loads of us over here. We are slowly taking over, so beware. It seems to be the destination of choice at the moment. I'd be very interested to see when the census results are published and we see how many South Africans are living in Ireland now. Yeah, there are a lot of us over here. And we are just so blessed and privileged to be able to call Ireland our new home. If you are South African and wanting to move over to Ireland, I'm going to give a big shout out to a Facebook page that helped us get here. So look for South Africans moving to Ireland Facebook page, and it has a wealth of information on there. And there is also a website, SA2Air, so SA and then the number 2 and then EIRE. Have a look for that website. It is amazing. Any question that you could possibly have, the answer will be on there. Do it. Go have a look. So how did we choose the area that we wanted to live in when we moved over? So what happened was James came over first, and it was purely by chance, honestly, that we landed in Dungarvan. His sister had a friend that lived here. So this friend offered James a place to stay, and it just gave him a chance to breathe and to find his feet before we came and joined him, and to find a job. And he arrived in the July and we came over in the September. And in that time he managed to find a job and find a rental for us all to stay in. And that's how we ended up here in Dungarvan. School-wise, how did we choose the schools for the kids? We did apply to a few schools. We got told that a few were full, that we could be put on a waiting list, but then we applied to a school in town and they had space for us, and they were so welcoming. And as soon as we got here, I think within the first week, we had Josh in school already. We hadn't even received our boxes yet that we'd shipped over, and he was already in school. So the kids got integrated very quickly. Elijah didn't start initially. We waited a year before he started because he was too young. And then he started junior infants at the same school as Josh. But I must say that whole experience was so pleasant, and the school was so welcoming and really helped Josh to catch up. We did find that the curriculum that they do here is very different to the one in South Africa. So he was a little bit behind in a few of the subjects, but it wasn't a problem. They put him into extra math classes and they just made sure that he kept up, and they were so supportive. So schooling, to find a school wasn't that difficult for us. We did have a few rejections in the beginning, but the school that we did land up going to has been amazing. So everything happens for a reason, and that's the story of how we ended up in this beautiful little town called Dungarvan. And I would say I would love to grow old here, because it's just such a welcoming, beautiful town, and every day that I walk through it, you kind of have to pinch yourself, because I can't believe that I'm living in a place surrounded by such beauty. A question I get asked quite often is, do I have any advice for finding rentals? Now, the rental market at the moment is quite scary. I'm sure if you've been looking, you know that to find a rental, it's very difficult at the moment. And I've done a video on this, and I'll put a little link up for you to see it. But just prepare yourself. It's not easy to find a rental, and I have found that integrating yourself in the community and speaking to people has helped us more than looking at adverts. It's been telling people that we need a place and asking them if they know of someone. And both times we rented, it's been through word of mouth. It hasn't been through an advert. It hasn't been on Daft, which is the rental website in Ireland. So integrate yourself in the community, talk to the people, let them know, put little adverts up inside the supermarkets. Have a look in the supermarkets at the adverts. Have a look on Facebook, local Facebook pages. More than the nationwide website, I would say you need to stay local and speak to the local people, because they will know if there's a vacant property open for rent. So that is our advice. Talk to the people. They will know more than what you see on Daft, because if you look on Daft at the moment, there is zero. There are not a lot of available rentals. There is a rental crisis at the moment. So yeah, speak to the people. So those have been our most asked questions. There have been other questions along the way which I've answered individually, but if you have a pressing question, please put it in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer it as best as I can. Otherwise, it's just been such an amazing journey so far living in Ireland. I say that with a smile on my face, but there have been days of tears. There have been days where you just want to pull your hair out. There have been days where we felt incredibly homesick. But looking back on our journey so far over the last 3 years, we feel so at peace with our decision to come over here. And yes, we miss family with all our hearts, but we are no more than a phone call away, a FaceTime away, a plane trip away. So if you are considering a move to Ireland, I would give it the biggest thumbs up and just do it. The only way you can do it is just to take that first step and go for it. Dreaming about it is wonderful. Ireland is beautiful, but to actually get on that plane, leaving your homeland behind, takes the most courage. And hats off to anybody who's done it, anybody who's thinking of doing it. It's incredibly brave to do it, and I'm here if you have any questions, if you need any support, if you want to just share your story. I would love to hear it. Please put it in the comments below. And again, thank you so much to all our new subscribers and all my loyal subscribers who just comment every week. It's so wonderful just getting to know you slowly through the videos each week, and I feel so grateful to be part of your lives and for you to be part of our lives. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.